Live from Wish TV, this is The Zone, presented by Old National Bank.
Welcome to The Zone, everybody. We start with the Mudsock game, number 5, HSC visiting Fishers tonight, and the Royals driving late in the second quarter. Kendrick Penny Baker makes the catch, but is hit and fumbles. Graham Imes recovers for the Tigers. Fishers up 11 at the break. Third quarter we go. Good defense from the Tigers. Deacon Johnson back to pass, but is sacked by Tyler Maynard. Later in the quarter, check out Gabe Sturgill. Nobody's open, so he takes off, and look at this guy make some moves in for the touchdown there. Tigers are up by 18 points at that point there. Then more defense from the Tigers again. Johnson's pass is intercepted here by Caden Myers, and what a night for Fishers in this arch rival game against HSC. The Tigers win the Mudsock game. Final score tonight, 28-16 is the final as the Tigers get it done.
I just thought our kids played hard. I mean, we battled some adversity. We had some big penalties, and our kids came back from it. Hats off to Hamilton Southeastern. They played a heck of a game, too. It's always a battle. We were fortunate to come out top.
That's amazing. I mean, you see everybody here. You see everybody that was over there. It was a great environment. Great team win. We're on to the next.
On to the next indeed. Wow, what a win tonight for Fishers, everybody. Good evening to you and welcome to The Zone. I'm Anthony Calhoun. What a great night of action all across Central Indiana as week 4 is in the books. Hey, coming up tonight on the show, take a look at this right here. We got highlights from 23 games. Look at that, 23 games. That is more than any other station in the entire state of Indiana. So we got a lot to get to here tonight. We're talking about rivalry showdowns as well tonight. Plus, you don't want to miss our Facetime Friday where we are joined by the winning coach from one of the biggest games of the night. And a little bit later, we're having some more fun with even more highlights with, yes, the Zone Blitz. And if you're looking for scores, hey, be sure to scan that QR code right there on the screen for the Central Indiana School Board. Let's get back to more highlights here tonight. The 50th meeting between rivals Avon and Brownsburg tonight. The Orioles' home turf, that is. You saw the game on our sister station, Mighty TV, Channel 23. Avon down 7 early on, but not for long. Andre Warfield, he gone. 60 yards for the touchdown to the house. Game tied at 7. Orioles up 9-7, but here comes Brownsburg with a big play of its own. Oscar Fry lets it fly. Avon Robinson, touchdown, 59-yard pass there for the TD. Fast forward to under 2 minutes to go in the first half as a screen pass here to Aiton Job does the rest. 81 yards later, he's in for the TD. Brownsburg hangs on to win this one. 55-47, what a game tonight there for the Dogs. And coming up in just a few minutes, it's FaceTime Friday, and we are joined by Brownsburg head coach John Hart. We'll catch up with Coach and we'll talk to him coming up live at the bottom of the hour, 11:30, so stick around for that. It's going to be a great conversation with Coach. All right, we got more rivalry games for you. Cathedral hosting Bishop's Retard tonight. Irish cheerleaders, they were fired up. They joined us for our Zone tailgate party. Danny Adams here comes up here and gets in there for the TD for the Trojans. They're up 7-0 there. Second quarter, same score. Harrison Odom here finds Brooks, hangs over the middle. How about that? 45 yards to the house for the TD there. Trojans led 13-6 at halftime, but it's Cathedral who escapes with a 23-20 win on a 46-yard field goal with 6 seconds left. Man, what a game tonight between those arch rivals. Meanwhile, Center Grove hosting Ben Davis and the Trojans. They want the better indeed. First quarter, no score. Gabe Kinnett looking downfield, but Manning Poston is there to pick it off. Center Grove would score on the next possession. Later in the first, Center Grove up 14-0 and counting. Hudson Winker kicks it in there, high gear. He's gone for the touchdown there. Center Grove went on to win this one, 63-35 is the final from that one. Hey, the Noblesville student sections, they want the banner, that's right. They were watching their Millers tonight on the road against Westfield. Shamrocks strike first, though. First quarter, Deacon King gets the handoff, fights his way hard there, in for the 2-yard touchdown. Westfield takes an early lead, 7-0. Same score. Later in the quarter, when Cooper Melvin rolls left, finds Brock Parker for the TD there. All Shamrocks, though, tonight. Westfield cruises. Final score, 41-7 is the final from that one. All right, 5 games down, but still much more ahead here tonight on The Zone. After the break, more highlights are on the way. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, AC, it was a Mick clash tonight between teams coming off big-time wins last week. Up next, highlights of Lawrence Central hosting Warren Central. Angela.
Andrew, the beat goes on for 5A #1 New Pal as Coach Kyle Ralph's team looks to stay perfect on the season. Still to come, highlights of the Dragons hosting Mount Vernon.
What's up, guys? I'm Lorenzo. I'm a senior at Cathedral High School, and this spot is the best place to watch all the highlights on The Zone. Let's go!
Wish TV's The Zone, presented by Old National Bank.
Okay, we're back here live on The Zone tonight, and North Central hosting Lawrence North, and the Panthers down 14 in the first, but that John Averett changes that. He spins and finds his way in for the touchdown there. North Central trailed by 7 at that point, but too much tonight for the Wildcats this time here. Check out Zay Moore down the sidelines. He gone for the touchdown. Ellen wins big. Final score 55-21 is the final. All right, that's 6 games done. We got more highlights here tonight. You know we do, folks. Let's send over to Andrew Chernoff. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, AC, it was a matchup at Lawrence Central featuring a pair of teams entering tonight on 2-game winning streaks. The host Bears coming into this week off a 61-point performance in a win over Edwardsville out of Illinois, while visiting Warren Central put up 49 points in a win over North Central last week. Lawrence Central, the cheerleaders ready to go. They were fired up for this game tonight. Warriors up 14-7 here. Keon Thomas fights for extra yards here, but the Bears strip him and recover the fumble. That would lead to an LC touchdown that ties the game at 14. Next Warren possession, Thomas makes amends. He's in there from 3 yards out. Warren Central wins. The final score tonight, 31-21 the final. Head coach Kevin Wright and his Carmel Greyhounds down in Louisville, Kentucky, taking on Trinity. First quarter, Carmel down 7. Not for long. Anthony Colner to Spencer Sell, and Sell is gone. 25-yard score ties the game at 7 apiece. Trinity, though, too much on this night. Second quarter, Zane Johnson to cross Watson, and Watson not going to be stopped. Trinity wins 41-28. It's Carmel's first loss of the season. Franklin Central returning home this week to host Zionsville. Scoring in the early seconds of the game, the Eagle defense gets stingy, causing the fumble right there and able to recover it. Just after, Dennis Mitchell Jr. extends for the ball. Look at that play. Sparked a drive that resulted in a touchdown for the Flashes. Franklin Central avenges last week's loss, winning 20-16 is the final. Ron Colley welcoming an undefeated Columbus North to town tonight. The Royals closed out the first quarter with the touchdown from this run right here from Colin Ash. Touchdown there for Ron Colley. Later, second quarter, Royals up. Asher Ratliff. Time to think about this before it lets it fly, but Dominic Cromer picks it off and heads the other way. Ron Colley hands Columbus North its first loss of the season. Final score tonight, 41-20. Decatur Central at home this evening. Hawks eyeing 2 wins in a row, taking on Martinsville. Decatur Central's first drive of the game, Braylon Morris finds the gap and takes it straight up the gut for the score. The 2-point conversion was good to make it 8-0. Later in the first, it's now 14-zip Decatur Central. Morris again, this time untouched for the end zone. Hawks led 61-zip at halftime. Obviously, they win tonight. Final score, 75-6. That's a basketball score. 11 games down, we're about halfway there, but for even more, let's head over to our Angela Morian.
Andrew, it's been another outstanding start to the season for New Pal. The Dragons are ranked #1 in Class 5A and are unbeaten on the season. Tonight they face conference foe Mount Vernon. The last time New Pal lost a Hoosier Heritage Conference game was all the way back in 2021. Coincidentally, against Mount Vernon. Would history repeat itself tonight? It's game number 12 here on The Zone. First quarter, New Pal up 7-0. Mount Vernon trying to get something to work, but that certainly is not it. Garrett Raines picks that ball off and takes it all the way home for a pick 6. Later in the first, Dragons up 21-0 now. Jacob Davis throws to Caden Jacobia. Jacobia stiff-arming a guy as he dives for the pylon. Dragons go on to score after that. New Pal takes the win, 65-zip against Mount Vernon. At Southport, the Cardinals hosting Pike. Second quarter, Red Devils up 27. Southport on the offense, but this highlight goes to the defense. Another interception, this one by Pike's Carter Massey, who will not go down. Look at this, stiff arm, missed tackle, nice return by Massey. That play sets up this. Pike's Kevin Trickenor III connects with Jalen Griffin for an incredible touchdown catch. Pike goes on to win, 48-zip. For Buff, they want the banner. The Braves at home facing Guerin Catholic tonight. Second quarter, Golden Eagles up 8, but they want more. Quentin Clee to Isaiah Lewis. Lewis making moves. Finally gets brought down near the 5-yard line. That leads to a short touchdown by Jack Linden. Final seconds of the first half for Buff within 9. Carter Cosgrove keeps it himself for a touchdown, just not enough. Guerin Catholic hangs on, 36-25, the final. Franklin Community hosting Whiteland, the annual battle for the boot. Whiteland got on the board early, but Franklin would answer with this. Grayson Betts taking the snap himself, going through some contact and into the end zone for a 15-yard score. Nice run here. Way to extend the play. Late second half, Warriors find the end zone. Peyton Williams makes a great catch for that touchdown. Warriors take home the boot, 21-14. The number 3 team in 5A, Plainfield, playing host to Perry Meridian tonight. Falcons feeling the red flag early. Running back Luke Starnes crashing in for the first touchdown of the game, 7-0 Quakers. Plainfield defense getting a part of the action too. This deep ball from quarterback Jackson Scotch, stolen away by Tyson Callahan. No points off the next drive, but it didn't matter. This was all Plainfield, 41-6 the final. Greenwood hosting Mooresville in a mid-state matchup. Third quarter, score tied at 14. Connor Cruz finds Elijah Thompson. Look at this. 36-yard bomb for the touchdown. Mooresville goes up 7. Next Mooresville drive, Cruz uncorks another one. This one down the left side to Journey Thompson. Another great snag. They go up 15 and would go on to win, 43-21 the final tonight. Not a lot of defense being played in some of these games, AC.
You're right about that, Angela. Thanks a lot. Time for another break, but much more coming your way here on the Zone tonight, including Facetime Friday conversation. Also, the excitement's over. The Zone banner is building. Find out how your school can win the award for Best School Spirit. But when we come back, more with Andrew and Angela for the Zone Blitz. Best next.
The Zone Blitz, presented by Old National Bank.
Okay, welcome back. Time now for the Zone Blitz. We're going to bring back in Andrew and Angela. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Jack Sorgi, everybody, and his Tri-West Bruins on the road at Speedway tonight. Plenty of touchdowns to pick from in this game. How about this one here at the end of the half here? Sorgi to Quentin Alexander for the touchdown. Tri-West cruises 63-21, the final. Andrew.
Lutheran at home against Cecina tonight. Pick things up fourth quarter. Lutheran up by 39 when Austin Ridnour isn't letting up. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. Lutheran gets the win. Final score, 56-10. Angela.
Heritage Christian, Covenant Christian, each searching for a second win this season. Eagles looking for their second touchdown here. Quarterback Eli Nix escapes the pressure, slings it over to Tyson Powles. It was close, but Heritage hangs on, 23-13 the final. AC.
All right, meanwhile, Sheridan at home tonight taking on Clinton Central. Blackhawks strike first, folks. Hayden Alexander takes the handoff, follows his blocks, and as Andrew likes to say, he gone. 75 yards for the touchdown. Sheridan rolls 40-0 the final. Andrew.
Hoosier Legends Conference action. Triton Central playing host to Monrovia. Tigers getting it done on the goal line. Matthew Wilkins in for the touchdown. Triton Central remains unbeaten, 24-14 the final. Angela.
Game number 23, and how about this one? South Putnam at Eastern Hancock. Eagles quarterback Drew Klein Heaves it out to his own out of his own end zone to Branson Ensor.
Wow.
AC has stolen my line multiple times tonight, but this one's 95 yards.
Say it.
He gone.
There you
South
go.
Putnam wins 33-19.
All right, speaking of he gone, we're going to take a break. We got more coming your way. Don't miss FaceTime Friday after the break, plus our fan pick of the night. That's next.
The Zone Banner, brought to you by Crew Car Wash, Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender, and Yatvac. The Zone Fan Pick of the Night, sponsored by Homemade Ice Cream and Bakery Cafe.
Okay, folks, here's the fan pick of the night, and why not? Fishers High School student section, the defending Zone Banner champs. They were outstanding tonight. The 3-section filled with Tiger fans. Student section really good here today for Fishers. Of course, they beat the rival tonight, HSC. Okay, we are back here on the Zone time now for FaceTime Friday, and tonight we are talking to the man in charge of Brownsburg. Mr. Hart joins us live here at Brownsburg here. Thank you so much, John, for joining us here on the show. And first things first, we've been talking here about how you want to talk about support, not from the student section, but also just your entire community. Man, you guys traveled big time here tonight against Avon, your win against Avon.
You know, our student body is absolutely incredible, and then the community comes with them, and it's a really unique place to coach football, and it's a lot of fun, and our kids may go to colleges and not have as many fans as what travel and obviously home games with us.
And they had plenty to cheer about tonight. A.J. Job in particular. Coach, tell me if I'm wrong, all-purpose yards close to 300, 4 touchdowns tonight. What was he like to watch?
You know, he's an incredible story, too. In our scrimmage last year, he broke and dislocated his ankle and had to have surgery, and he didn't get to play a down last year. And we were so excited about him last year, and then for him to come back and to have a game, you know, versus, you know, a huge rival for us is pretty special, and I think everybody in our community is probably rooting for him.
Coach, another undefeated start to the season. I know you don't really need a confidence boost after you just won the 6A state championship, but what does a start to the season like this do for you guys?
Well, I think, again, I think we were frustrated on our end, probably in all 3 segments, and that doesn't happen very often. To be honest, our kids do a great job of, and to be honest, our coaches do a great job of prepping kids, and you feel like even in losses, you feel like you put your best foot forward. We didn't feel that way tonight, and again, I know Coach Gibson. I know he's probably feeling the very same way I am. Now we're lucky we won by 8 points, but you know, we missed extra points. We allowed 48 points. You know, there's a lot of things left out there, and we scored 55 points, and I was frustrated with our offense at times.
All right, Coach. Hey, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Congratulations on the win, and still unbeaten on the year, the Dogs from Brownsburg. Thank you so much, Coach. All right, that's going to wrap up the show tonight here on The Zone, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, we're back here next week as well, and don't forget more highlights and scores at wishtv.com. We'll see you next week.